Anyway, next topic. It's going from bad to worse for Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Now,
good for him.
This is really bad. Because not just his management that's left him, it's also his PR firm has left him. Now, his PR firm is what has, pushed him to the forefront of everyone's lips recently. He's everywhere. And that's because he's got a good PR firm, good management as well, but good PR firm. That's why he's been snapped up by basically every single movie. And essentially all of them have quietly flopped recently as well. They've not done particularly well. But this is huge. This is not a small thing. This will be essentially him now, what I would say, blacklisted. When a management company drops an actor, it's a pretty big thing. It's different if an actor leaves a management company because they try to go off to greener pastures. It's generally the reception of that's slightly different within Hollywood circles because it's thought that, the management isn't working for them. The percentages aren't working out. It's not a mutually beneficial relationship. But if a management company just goes, see you later, it's not good. It's really bad. It's really bad. And then to top it off, his PR firm has binned him off as well. That's quite huge. Now, the other part of it is that he wasn't. He was working with Valentino, and they mutually agreed that the actor would not be attending the Met Gala as one of its guests. Yeah. And that's not a massive part, but it's still another part is that companies are distancing themselves from this individual for PR reasons.
But the hot shits always get that Met invite through some designer.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Now, part of this is that apparently Marvel haven't spoken to him. They haven't spoken to him. Allegedly, we don't know if that is the case. Of course, Deadline have learned, and this is the interesting as well, I think, is that the departure was due to issues surrounding the actor's personal behavior. So it's not necessarily even, they broad stroked it. It's just the actor's personal behavior. They're not even relating it down straight to that's the situation. That's
if I can real quick jump back to the whole Marvel hasn't talked to him thing, because I don't remember if I mentioned it on here yet, but I had that scoop last week that he was out of the MCU 6 days ago. This is what I was told, and now this happens. Now they're saying that, but I think it's more like the other way around. I think he got dumped by the MCU, then his management and other people dumped him. Because I heard it from two sources.
Well, yeah, because
he was out. Yeah.
What's 10% of zero? Zero.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, and it again. I mean, if his behavior,
they're going to say that, but I don't believe that. I don't believe it for 1 minute. Sorry, Culture, you were about to say.
No, I was just agreeing with you, dude. That's it. Yeah. No, I
always find it weird that all these companies are so quick to jump off the train before anything's come out. There's been a court case. It goes back to, here in the U.S., it's supposed to be innocent till proven guilty. And nowadays it's guilty till proven innocent. We saw the same thing with Johnny Depp. Now, I have no idea if any of these allegations are true with him or anything. But, I mean, you would think that people should at least wait till some of the evidence and facts come out.
Well, so the thing is that some evidence has come out and it doesn't actually look particularly great for him. And they even note it in this article, right? And some of it doesn't look great, in fairness. So at the time, his attorney says the evidence includes video footage from the vehicle where the episode took place, witness testimony from the driver and others who both saw and heard the episode, and most importantly, 2 written statements from the woman recanting the allegations. Now, the video evidence hasn't come to light, and if there was video evidence, the DA would have seen it. But there's conflicting reports on where this took place. Apparently, it was in an apartment. Now, then it's in a vehicle as well. it's a pretty big conflicting thing. The DA is still pressing charges, though, right? So he is in court on May 8th, days after Guardians of the Galaxy is released. He faces multiple counts of harassment and assault from New York City District Attorney. So they're still going ahead with it. And I think it's really unfortunate is that, like, I did the video on this earlier. And it's really unfortunate is that people coming through are going, because I said, look, district attorneys are very politically minded, like it's a stepping stone for them. And the DA, from an unbiased perspective, we've not seen the evidence. The DA has. The DA surely has seen enough where he thinks that there can be a conviction, in place. But comments coming through are like the DA's an Uncle Tom. Very racist comments, very derogatory, racist focused comments saying the DA's an Uncle Tom. He just wants to get this man down, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, wow, man, like that is really bad. Like that's not appropriate to say anywhere, like it's not cool. We don't have any actual evidence of, this sort of bias and this sort of focus and this sort of mindset for the DA to sort of, ascribe to him. So it seems a bit strange. What we do know, is that what was released didn't look good. There was a bunch of text messages that were released where the victim literally says they saw the injuries on me and they knew we had a fight. That doesn't look good. No. That was text messages that were released. It literally is from the victim saying we had a fight and there's injuries on me and they arrested you because they saw that. It doesn't matter whether, the individual is saying, I'm sorry, this is happening to you and things. That's generally textbook victim, mentality anyway. But yeah, so, the short of it is that, he's been binned off and, people like to draw the comparison to Johnny Depp. I think there's a difference. There is a difference with Johnny Depp. So Johnny Depp was never formally charged with anything. Johnny Depp was never, taken to court for anything. What we saw further down the line is different. What we saw with him taking this, I think it was the Sun, wasn't it, to court in the UK, that was different. But when accusations came out and he was binned off, well, that's accusations, and he was binned off just from, accusatory statements. The thing about this is not just accusations, is that, Jonathan Majors is facing criminal charges, right? Like it's not, he's literally going to be appearing in court. So it's not exactly the same comparison. A better comparison would be Ezra Miller. But it's a different company, and so they're dealing with it differently. And, I've been on the record and said it straight away, is that I'm amazed he's still got a job. Like, we've literally seen a video of Ezra Miller choking a woman in Iceland during the filming of Fantastic Beasts. It's really fucking insane that he's still got a job, but that's a different company. So we can't realistically draw a comparison because they're handling it differently. Now, with Disney, we know that they're quick to abort actors who shine a bad light on them. Again, case in point, Johnny Depp, just from an accusation. He's literally going to court days after Guardians of the Galaxy is released. Now, what happens if things come out in court? During the opening week of Guardians of the Galaxy, or literally its first, its first opening week fully. It won't look good, So anyway, I've rambled enough. Tom, what do you think then? What do you think of the latest of this? He's been binned off. I say this is a form of Hollywood blacklisting him. What do you think?
I'm starting to believe my scoop from last week that he is out of the MCU. This is generally an indicator, like Culture couldn't have put it any better than that. Basically, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Like, what good are you to your management and agents and all that kind of shit if you're not making any money? His military thing, the commercials that he was supposed to be in, that thing's been postponed and probably shit canned as well. No big surprise here. I feel like there is a bit of injustice in a sense that, it should be innocent until proven guilty. But at the same time, from a corporate standpoint, Disney and Marvel are businesses. And I can see where they're sitting here in a situation looking like, look, even if he's innocent of this whole thing, this is going to drag out through at least probably one of the next projects that comes out, whether it's, Loki or what have you.
Yep.
He's
in every, I think all but one episode of
That's
Loki.
What I'm saying. So like, we know that he shot Loki 2. They're probably getting to the point where something else is coming up. So they had to make a decision.
Yeah.
And whether it was the right one or wrong one, they probably won't know until this case is over. But you also pointed out the other stuff, Nate, before we've talked about on here, is that this isn't the only problem. As soon as this happened, unlike Johnny Depp, where everybody come out in, support of him almost unanimously. I can't even think of one person besides Amber or one of her friends who was trying to say otherwise. As opposed to this, it's been complete silence and support for Majors. You have nothing but contempt coming out for him. And it's a bunch of, and I hated comparing it to, but it almost does feel like a Cosby Weinstein situation, not with the, the SA part of it, but so much more the just assault part of it, let's say. In a sense that where everybody's like, we all knew, everybody knew. Now finally somebody said something, so those kind of things, when you hear that in the history we've had with that kind of reaction, or Kevin Spacey, what have you, unfortunately, this is one of those things where you got to take it at an angle of where there's smoke, there's probably fire, and they don't want to be associated with this guy. And I don't blame them.
And again, DA, politically minded, it's unlike, they would have been privy to the evidence. They're still moving ahead. That would sink that guy's career instantly if there's no grounds to continue moving forwards for an actual, conviction. Like, that's his career gone, done. Not Jonathan Majors, the DA. So he must be pretty confident,
Well, and we talked about this on another show where we had a former police officer on, and he flat out said, these are kind of cases where they don't fuck around. Pardon my French, but they don't. They make sure their T's are crossed, their I's are dotted. And he even said that's probably why it took so long for charges to come forward, because they were really probably weighing the options of this whole thing, because they don't want to put themselves in a position where they clearly could be sued by a celebrity like that, or, make a mistake and allow a celebrity to get off when maybe there was actual assault involved here. Like, we got to take that into consideration too. So from all sides and angles of this, I think you're right. Like, to insist that the DA is just doing this for some political move.
There's no upside there.
Yeah, there's no upside for him in a sense of, like, if this blows up in his face, that's his career.
Well, he's already got something blowing up in his face, but I hear you.
Is this Alvin Bragg prosecuting this?
His office. It's a Manhattan DA.
Oh, interesting.
Not sure
who
who the lead is.
He's the one prosecuting Trump.
Yep. That office is involved in a lot of really weird cases at the moment, but that's neither here nor there. It's, as Tom alluded to, or actually came out and said, which is accurate. A.B. Allen and Tim Laconey or something. He's a stage actor, but A.B. Allen they both came out immediately and went right after Jonathan Majors when this happened. So this guy is abusive. He has a history. Nikolai actually called him a sociopath and an abuser outright. It's just rough that, you end up with that. And there were a few other people, I believe, that came forward afterwards. It's similar things. And again, we haven't heard peep one after the first week from his attorney.
Yes.
Chaudhry. Yeah. And she was like, steel-walling it, saying, well, we have this video, it's going to come out, it'll exonerate him, all this.
I was going to say, do you think maybe that's because she may have realized how stupid they made themselves look by claiming to have this exonerating video, and then when that evidence they did put out being the texts that we disseminated here,
it looks so bad,
didn't help the situation for them. In fact, if anything, it confirmed the original report. So yeah, I don't know, Culture, if that's going to be a situation or not too. But
the thing that still bothers me is that, supposedly this lady recanted making two statements. What they actually held up as two statements recanting were her text messages that, again, as Mr. H pointed out, didn't look good. Those were not exonerating in any way. And we haven't heard anything else. And this is one of those cases that, the PR firm probably told everybody at the very beginning to shut up. And when that didn't happen, they went on their way. And then when you get fired off of your job and there's no money coming in, you don't really need a manager. And the management company is not going to work for free. So, because they only get paid when you get your check.
Yep. And like I said, when management drops an actor, that's generally a really bad sign. Yeah. Really, really bad sign.
And I hate it, especially if this turns out at the end of the day to be, hogwash, right?
It's crap all round. It's crap all round. If it's hogwash, it's crap. If he is an abuser, it's crap. It's a lose-lose situation. Like, it's not good in any way, shape, or form. Because one is that a guy's an arsehole, and secondly is that a woman lied and condemned a guy to look like an arsehole. So, it's a lose-lose situation. None of it's good. It's a total shit show, as I keep putting it in videos, because it is. It's not a good outcome regardless. Not a good outcome regardless. Nick, do you have anything else to sort of jump in, bud?
Not really. We'll just have to wait and see what comes out when the court case starts up. But I definitely think that his time in the MCU is probably over. I mean, if they would get rid of Gina Carano for a tweet, I mean, how are they then now gonna keep this guy around?
I mean, they fired Johnny Depp and he didn't even have a job with them.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a Pirates movie in production or pre-production or anything like that, and they're just like, we distance ourselves from Johnny Depp. It's like, wasn't even making a movie with you. Like, what the hell?
Well, here's the weird thing. I mean, if Majors had come out as non-binary, he probably would have been safe, right? Nobody would have left him. It would have been a bad
defense.
Yeah, if it would have been a bad look if they left him.
Here's the other thing somebody pointed out too, where Ezra's a little different, not to go even deeper down this stupid hole, but Ezra also has on his side, aside from his, pronoun preferences and all that business, is he also has the mental disorder argument, and people will empathize with that. I don't think Jonathan Majors is going to be able to hide behind something like that.
No, definitely
not. No, not at all.
So that's the thing is Ezra can come out and say, yeah, I had a mental fucking breakdown, and people will go, "Aw," and shit like that. So
he needs help.
He's needed help since he was 10.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's fun. I mean, he was put in the line of many casting directors way before he should have been. I mean, or at least in an unobserved way. But what's funny is the only normal performance I ever saw him in was when he was playing a kid in the TV show Royal Pains on USA Network way back when. But after that,
why can't celebrities just be like Nicolas Cage, where they just get too drunk in Las Vegas and show up in the lobby in their robe and no pants?
He just ends up getting married to people as well all the time.
Yeah, I've never heard of him really doing anything more than that. Just like doing stupid shit, but nothing like too out of the
well, he did yeah. I don't know.
Just has a little too much fun.
Yeah. Well, you would, Vegas and stuff. Why not?
It's like, he's Nick fucking Cage.
I can't wait. I'm going to be in Vegas in a week.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm excited.
Well, good. I'm glad.
Lucky you. I wish I was going, man.
We need to get Nate and Andre down to Mexico and sneak them across the border.
I know.
Yeah, they're sitting there convoluting that plan.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be that hard. They look. I don't know. Well, they could sneak over the border. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure Nate has some super chats and other topics to go.
I do, yeah.
Not to change subject, but I have an update on Jonathan Majors from my source, who also told me he was fired from the MCU.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
They're also saying he's let go from all his other upcoming projects, The Man in the Basement and the ads for the Texas Rangers and the Otis Redding biopic as well.
Wow, so he's losing everything.
Take it with a grain of salt. It's a rumor.
Yeah.
But,
allegedly losing everything.
He's gone. He is gone. Tom working for $2.
That just got reported.
What?
I mean, literally, as you were reading that,
What?
That just came out on
What
Deadline.
Did it really?
Right.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Let me put it up here.
Well, I can't take credit for it much then.
But that's amazing.
Holy crap.
28 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, he was going to be in an Otis Redding movie.
So that is actually
wow.
A
lot of people don't know Otis Redding's last recording was sitting on the dock of the bay.
It was.
And he died before it was ever released.
Yep. Sad but true.
Wow.
Sad but true.
So does anybody think that he is not in big trouble?
In Little China? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Not looking good for him, for sure.
So exclusive, Jonathan Majors has been dropped from a slew of projects we hear on good authority, including Protagonist Pictures, feature adaptation of the Walter Mosley novel, The Man in My Basement, an ad campaign for the Texas Rangers MLB team, as well as an unannounced 5th season's Otis Redding biopic, which the primetime Emmy-nominated actor was circling.
So is Tom Source the same source that Deadline has, or somebody from Deadline?
Who knows?
They might have just told me this because it came out in the papers, but
that's true.
Yeah, like the fact that news, like they told me 6 days ago about the Majors thing, and then here we are, Monday morning, the news drops that he was dropped by his firm, and then now we're hearing of these 3 projects falling apart. Yeah, I think we're just a matter of time before either we hear he's out of the Marvel universe, or they'll just announce who they're going to recast him with.
Wow. Well, like I said, this is a form of Hollywood blacklisting. It's not a good sign when a management firm bins off an actor. It is a bad sign when a management company bins off an actor.
Same thing happened to Gina. Her management and all of them bailed on her.
It means that they're done. Like Hollywood doesn't want to know them. They're gone. Hot prediction: he's not coming back from this.
Oh hell no,
probably
he
not.
better hope he's innocent at this point. He better hope there isn't a very damning video at this point. That's all we can say, because otherwise this man has no redemption.
Yeah. Well, that just adds to it, doesn't it? It just adds to what we said earlier. Goodness me.
He'll wind up over at Daily Wire.
Well, Val Zallo says all because of allegations. No, it's because his charges have been brought against him.
Yeah, it's a little bit harsher.
He's been charged. He's been charged. He's appearing in court May 8th. It's not just allegations. He's appearing in court to face the allegations, to face charges. It's not just allegations. It's a little bit deeper than that, unfortunately.
I'm curious if he's going to plead not guilty or if he's going to take a plea deal. First day in court, if he's going to work something out with the DA to kind of just make this thing go away and just cut a plea deal, not take it to trial. Yeah, May 8th will be an interesting day for sure on all this.
Well, it's the week of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 dropping, so it's not good for them.
No. But they might see it as a win, and that's where normally I would say, like I've been saying since I've reported the scoop on Majors, I was like, I don't even think we'll get like an announcement from Disney, but then again, I could be wrong. They might, just to kind of get out ahead of Guardians 3, to kind of be like, hey, look, we did this, and that'll kind of give them some goodwill going into that, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, look, there is no good scenario in this, right? So he gets found innocent, someone's lied. That's really shitty. He did it, someone didn't lie, he's an abuser. Those are the two circumstances around this, like
the thing that really annoys me is the people that make these false claims and then it's proven that they basically just lied and the person was innocent the whole time. Nothing happens to that person, No
repercussions. I mean, that's the travesty in all of this, right? You are right. Like, this has happened before, and there's nothing to incentivize against people making these kind of false allegations in the future. And that sucks, like that's garbage. I guess, one of the beneficial things for the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial was that is a form of, incentivization against making defamatory statements. If you got the money, prepare to go to court, because people will do it, like Johnny Depp did, but obviously not everyone can. But yeah, interesting, sad, and interesting all at the same time. Now we've got one last super chat for the day from Gary for £5. Says, hope it's not true. Otherwise his girlfriend getting now. Am I too tired? Do I know what you mean?
I'm trying to figure it out too.
Is it?
Hope it's not true.
Hope it's not true. Otherwise his girlfriend getting now. Yeah. And that would be Jonathan Majors' girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's crap all round.
Yeah,
regardless. There's no outcome where there's no great outcome here. One's a liar, one's an abuser. Those are the two circumstances. None are particularly great, quite frankly.